What is up, guys? It's your boy Rami Malik, and I'm here with
Gershwan.
And today we're back to answer your questions in another episode of For the Greater.
It would be crazy if you were Rami Malik.
Would it though?
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Question for your question because we get those questions first. That is what Rami Malik did. No, I'm just kidding. It's a T3 manned 3AL bird. I say that wrong every time. Aside from abhumans, what would you like to see from the older versions of 40K coming back? So back when it was like Rogue Trader and before we even played.
Before we existed.
Yeah. For me, it has to be the mutants. Back in the day, mutants had a whole like chart, and you can create your 40K was more like D&D, and there was more role-playing elements to it, and the stats of your models were based on what those role-playing statistics you chose, like D&D. So it would be awesome to have mutant factions within the Imperium. Yes, it's kind of like Gene Stealer Cult, but I wish it was more diverse.
I'd have to go with squats. Yeah, they're trying to bring back squats and everything, but like, I really enjoy the aesthetic of like forgers or like metal workers, and to see what type of crazy innovations they can do would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it would be badass.
Kind of like Tyrion was in Avengers Infinity War. I forgot what his name was, but he was like a giant dwarf. That'd be pretty interesting.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Guttersnipe Pie. What faction would Mr. Rogers be part of in the 41st millennium?
Rumor has it he read every bit of fan mail. Slanesh?
I think he would be a good propagandist. So some type of Imperial Administratum guy. I don't know. So the Imperium. Next question.
This one's by Juan G. Is Squiggoth teeth worth more than regular boy teeth? And are Gretchen teeth worth less than knob teeth?
So, yeah, Squiggoth tooth is more valuable than like a regular boy's teeth. And then what was the other one?
Gretchen and knobs.
Yeah, so like if you get a knob's tooth, it's going to be bigger. So like the bigger, the better. And then of course like Gretchen just have little itty bitty like, what is it, like the clownfish shark thingies teeth? Google clown shark teeth. And then throw up. Because that's what they look like. Next question.
Speaking of Gretchen, T3 Man 3 Alabird. How dangerous are Gretchen on their own? Can they take down a guardsman in single combat? If not, how many would it take? And how many Gretchen would it take to kill a space marine?
So Gretchen are cunningly brutal. So they bank on the fact that you're gonna look at this little itty bitty skinny thing coming at you and you're gonna laugh, but then it comes out with the fucking knife and just shanks you in the throat.
Yeah.
So yes, it could kill an individual.
Gretchen are a lot smarter than orcs. I highly recommend you guys check out our 40 facts on the Grot Skull's workshop, I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. It's basically a fan creation of like Gretchen, who basically took down their orc I guess warlords or whatever you want to call it, and like created their own war band. It's really awesome.
Yeah. Next question comes from... I've never seen those symbols before in my life. ¿Por qué el alquimista de sonido habla en español? Translation: why do you speak Spanish, Sound Alchemist?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some Gershwan in it. And that's my answer.
Okay. Next question.
Galileo D. Do you think that the Dark Angels are all secretly traitors, since there is a lot of speculation about that?
No, I think it's just like the internet boys kind of picking on... They pick on everything. but they're just picking on the Dark Angels. I really think that the Dark Angels lore is badass. Half of them are traitors, but in the same way that they're the traitors, in the same way that like the Lamenters and the Mantis Warriors are traitors to the Imperium, they kind of were just defending their own. Kind of. They followed Luther, but unknowingly, he was chaos. Same thing with like the Mantis Warriors who followed Huron without knowing that he was truly like a chaotic individual. What do you think?
Yeah. They wear robes.
Yeah, it's like, hold on, let me put my robe on.
Let me spit this cipher.
Yeah.
Get it? Because there is cipher. PB unit. Have you guys tried Vegemite? Is there Vegemite in 40K?
Never tried Vegemite. I'm sure there is Vegemite in 40K. Right?
Probably. Shoot.
Kyle Nowak. Can Necrons reproduce? So when you kill a Necron warrior, his protocol goes back into the tomb complex, and then he comes back out.
I'll put my protocol in your tomb complex.
Same thing with the Necron Lord. You can kill a Necron Lord, and his essence goes back into the complex. Comes out a brand new spanking new Lord. Spanking. So can they reproduce like we do? No. Next question.
This one's by Juan G. Beef mole? I don't like mole.
I like mole. I think that's something that you enjoy as you get older, because your taste buds change. But like it was rice mole. It was really hard for me to enjoy as a kid. Now I like it.
I remember your mom used to make that a lot.
Yeah. And I didn't like it. Next question.
T3 Man 3 Alibird.
Thank you.
Now that Cadia has fallen, what planet will now take its spot as the gold standard for Imperial Guard soldiers, units, and armies? I think it'll still be... Well...
The thing about Cadia is that it became like a template. And now you find Cadias everywhere. So Cadia is still the template.
Yeah. Catachan's another one. It depends.
Yeah. Next question comes from, or maybe the Death Corps of Krieg. That would be badass. Because those models look way better than, like, the Steel Legion, the Death Corps of Krieg. Any Imperial Guard regiment that has a gas mask automatically gets, like, bumped up in coolness level. Next question comes from Random Stuff Production. If a portal opened between the 40K Terra universe and our Earth universe, how would they react to each other? Especially if the people of 40K find out about their fictional universe. I love meta stories. Well, the Warp Gershwan and the Warp Sound Alchemist would meet the real life Gershwan and the real life Sound Alchemist, and then they would get depressed.
I agree. I'm already halfway there.
How is that meta for you?
Metapod.
Next one.
This one is by Malachi Riggs. Did the Sisters of Battle suffer any consequences after the Age of Apostasy for taking their part in it? Love the channel, guys. Great videos, and keep it up. But not longer than 4 hours. You gotta see a doctor.
After the Age of Apostasy, the Plague of Unbelief struck. So the Imperium was pretty much occupied with trying to keep themselves together, because because even though Goj Vandar was a bad guy, he unified the Imperium. So now you got rid of the unifier. All these little factions started breaking apart. The Imperial Creed had to kind of do the same thing, because it needed to reestablish itself. As it had to ask its own questions of like, okay, what do we worship now then? Because we used to think that Goj Vandar was our conduit to the Emperor. Now what's going on? So the Sisters of Battle, they suffered. The only real penalty was the fact that they just continually had to fight. to maintain peace. That never came.
That's true. Yeah.
Swag. Next question.
Oh, let's see. AMS. Oh, yeah. I read in the lore that if Ahriman goes into the Black Library, he'll become as powerful as a Chaos God. Man, that's crazy. What are your thoughts?
That's too crazy, bro.
But yeah, the Black Library is supposed to hold like the deepest of secrets and have like really powerful tomes and stuff. For one, I do want Ahriman to get in there so he could like revive or at least undo the spell that the flesh change basically, because that would heavily boost up the Thousand Suns. However, if he gets to be as strong as a Chaos God, that's crazy. That is crazy.
I think that it wouldn't happen though, just because as soon as he steps into the Black Library and he starts to try to like understand things, the Harlequins would come out, guns blazing.
But by
Sephiroth
then,
would come out,
he'd probably know like some spells to just like turn them to dust or something.
and then they end up destroying the Black Library.
But I think once he goes into the Black Library, he won't be able to come back.
Why?
Because once you go black, you don't come back. Sorry, Ahriman.
Next question. I have one from Guttersnap Pie again. Can Tyranids eat plastic? No, they choke on it.
Kyle Nowak. Sound Alchemist. Which Xeno race do you think has the sexiest women? And can you back that ass up? Just kidding. And can you back up your opinion with GW art or fan art?
Yeah, check out or follow us on Facebook, and you can probably post some good
But
pictures there.
in the meantime, I recommend you check out our 40 facts on the Tyranids. A1 women right there.
Especially the Norn Queen. Oh my god, that head crest. Hard for days. Next question comes from Mad Max. Can you guys have a Tau versus Orc battle and post the battle report? Keep it up. Yeah, we can post a Apocalypse battle for 8th edition now that the Orcs have their codex.
It's funny because we were like, we're going to play a few games to get back in the mix of things, and then D&D happened. So yeah.
We're back on it though. I've been painting. Next question. I have one from Cow Nowak. When will you make the lore video on the cacophony? This week, I promise. If it's not already out. And then you...
Kyle Nowak, will you make a lore video on the creation of the first true Noise Marines by Fabius Bio?
We kind of did in our latest episode of...
Latest and greatest.
Which one was it? Oh, actually, it's not out yet. It probably came out on Monday. Yeah, it probably came out on Monday, but it was... I remember talking about the original Noise Marines. I just don't remember what video it was. Oh, the Lair. Check out the 40 facts on the Lair. We talk about the Noise Marines and how they came about. But yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, the Lair are pretty badass. I highly recommend you watch that.
And those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get those questions first. If you enjoy our content and you want to see more, jump on over to Patreon. A simple $1 a month helps us create more videos for you guys. If you can't support us on Patreon, we understand. When you share these videos on like Reddit or Facebook or with your grandma or grandpa, it helps out the channel.
Or a grand person.
Just because it helps them see that there are minorities playing 40K. This was Gershwin.
The Sound Alchemist.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.